Hey there, Ramblers and Rovers, this is Miguel and I am coming at you from the Plaza de Bolívar here in the heart of Bogota, Colombia. It's from here, from the heart of this beautiful nation and this amazing city that we begin our exploration of Colombia and Bogota in particular. Bogota is a city of 8 million people with lots to offer any kind of traveler. There are so many things to do here and the Colombian people are as warm as their climate tends to be. Bogota is an amazingly vibrant city where many different cultures converge to form something that is unique throughout South America. Bogota offers stunning nightlife, a vibrant cultural scene, delicious food, and a vibrant history that goes back for centuries. So what better place to start our exploration of this beautiful country and this amazing city than right here at the Plaza de Bolívar, here in the heart of Bogota. So without further ado, let's get exploring. I have no idea why, but there are so many dogs around this plaza. I guess because people just have the habit of feeding them. And they actually sell the seeds so that you can feed them. And I mean, some people look like they've been getting attacked. I mean, talk about Bogota not really being a safe city. I mean, it's one thing to worry about other people, it's another thing to worry about like the birds themselves. God, it's like something out of an Alfred Hitchcock film. So this entire neighborhood around the main plaza here in Bogota is called La Candelaria. La Candelaria is the historical downtown of the city of Bogota and the cultural heart of the city. All around this area we will find everything from coffee shops to museums to bars, national monuments, churches, the legislative palace, the country of Colombia, the Palace of Justice, which was taken by guerrillas back a couple decades ago, and in one of the most tragic scenes in Colombian history. Although this area is very beautiful, it can be very unsafe by night, and not even the locals will walk these streets by night. So anything after maybe 6:37, you're pushing it, 8, no go. There are a lot of drifters here in the downtown area. Welcome to La Casa del Florero, or the House of the Flower Vase. This is the Museum of Colombian Independence, so called because Colombian independence was actually triggered by a dispute between two men here at the plaza over ownership of a flower vase. One was a Creole man and another a Spaniard, and this triggered underlying racial tensions, and one thing led to another, and Colombia became a country. In a premeditated act of political symbolism, a group of powerful elites from Bogota, who were Creole, not properly Spaniards, provoked the fight by asking that the owner of this house and the shop that was under it provide this vase as decoration for receiving a royal commissioner coming from Cartagena overland. So when he refuses, they use this as an excuse to pick a fight with the man and to begin this clamor against the Spanish crown in order to attain proper representation, not just as a colony, but as a nation. And this would later provoke the fight for independence and all the other events that came after that. So this museum not only commemorates the passing of history in Bogota and the events that eventually culminated in the fight for Colombian and South American independence. But it also pays homage to the brave women who joined the fight. Colombia is special in its struggle for independence in the sense that women were a very active part of the conspiracies. So whereas in other parts of South America, other countries like Argentina, Chile, Peru, women were not executed. Here in Colombia, close to 1,300 women approximately were executed for being involved with the rebels and the fight for independence. So it's a testimony to the spirit of the Colombian woman. Contrary to popular belief, or what you would expect, independence movements in South America and Mexico and Central America were not organized by the indigenous peoples, but by the elites fighting over who would have more privileges. The native-born Creoles, Spaniards, and people who descend from Europeans who were born in Colombia or in the Americas, or proper Spaniards who were born in Spain. So this is the military museum here in Bogota. So here you can come and learn about Colombia's storied past. You can learn especially about the Central American conflicts that forged the different nations and how they eventually broke apart, separated, and the different conflicts that happened between them. Also here you can learn a little about the story of the fight against Colombia's guerrillas and against drug traffickers and the role that the army plays in this whole thing, obviously told from the army's perspective. If you're a history buff like me, especially about military history, you will love this museum. It offers such a unique perspective to how different like the military life is here in a South American country, and just the different perspectives around the different conflicts that they participated in. For example, World War II, or like the different wars with the Peruvians. I mean, things that you would otherwise not really learn about. And there are tons of really cool artifacts with really detailed explanations to just kind of come and have like a learning moment about this sector of Colombian society. Just have all these cadets stomping around the museum. I think it's kind of funny. Just kids. What a beautiful, beautiful diorama. Faces of dead bandits from the 1960s. Just going through this little nook, see what there is here, and holy! We have a ton of vehicles here. Airplanes from the Air Force, helicopters, this big gunboat. I guess they're doing this for the kids or the cadets. I'm not sure which. Welcome to Museo Botero, one of Bogota's best and most famous art museums. This is a Dali piece that is here at the Botero Museum. These are some of the paintings donated to the museum by Fernando Botero himself from his own art collection. And here in this room we can see all these different paintings from the Bohemian period, including some paintings by Renoir, Monet, and other famous painters of the period. The history behind Fernando Botero and his relationship with all these different artists, because he donated a Picasso and another one by Jean Miro. So I am like really curious to know like the history behind the museum, because all of these say they were donated by the artist, including most of the actual like permanent exhibition, which is a part of his own work. They even have a painting by George Gross, one of my all-time favorite artists. This museum has a really well curated collection, and by well curated I mean that it all came from this artist's collection. It seems like he had like a piece or a couple pieces of all of these important artists, and he added them over time to his art collection, which eventually became his museum. So this painting is Botero's signature style. The oversized proportions and the different way of seeing the human body was kind of his brand. And so he's famous for. He's like practically a Colombian national hero. So around this same block, and all connected to each other via these hallways, you have all of these different modern art museums. You have MAMU, Museo de Arte Miguel Urrutia. You have the Colombian National Bank's own art collection, and the Botero Museum right behind us. So you can access 3 museums here and just be overloaded with art. If you are somebody who's into culture and art and painting and art history, you have to come here. This is a must do. I am blown away by the collection that they have. Botero was known not only as a painter and a drawer, but also as a sculptor. His sculptures adorn plazas all over Colombia and throughout the world. Here we have a very cheeky example. Pretty cool because there are so many art students and tourists here all learning about art here in this museum, and just kind of getting all these different perspectives and all these different artists. It's a very beautiful thing to watch. Just like all these people engaging with paintings, taking selfies with their favorite ones. It is definitely a must do if you're traveling with teenagers, I guess. I mean, I'm seeing that the kids are actually like pretty entertained. So if you guys want to learn more about Bogota as a city, you have to visit this museum, which is the Museum of the City of Bogota, Museo de Bogotá, and it will lead you through all these different stages of Bogota's history, from the very old to the very contemporary. Okay, this museum is a little different from what I remember. I think they might have changed the whole layout for this very strange exhibition. I just do not understand. It's just a ton of things put behind glass or plastic. I have no idea what this is about. This is still very strange. So the last time I was here, it was a history museum about the city and like the struggles of like the city and the guerrilla. They had like a ton of like more like local history, and they turned it into this experimental museum. I do not understand. You know, might be worth a visit if you're here anyway. So after an entire day of visiting museums, plazas, cultural spaces, just walking all around the city, I am ready to eat. I am famished. I just cannot wait to go into one of these places where they have a comida ejecutiva, which tends to be a water or something to drink, a soup, and a plate full of food with carbs like rice and beans, maybe a salad, some other little dish, and a protein like chicken or beef. Look for it when you're here in Colombia. Bogota also has tons of different foods from all over the world here, and for cheap. This meal costs 21,000 Colombian pesos, which comes down to around $5. So, bon appetit! For those of you who don't know, Juan Valdez is basically the Colombian Starbucks. Pretty good coffee, to be honest. If you like this video and found it informative, remember to like and subscribe and follow us for more adventures both here in Colombia and throughout the world. Until next time, hasta luego. Adiós.